A really important part of this process is budgeting. I've seen too many situations where people have put themselves into a really difficult situation financially, and it means that it puts pressure on your relationship, which is really the last thing you want. You want this partner visa process to be fun, exciting, and focused on your future. You don't want it leaving you in a crippling situation financially. You don't want to rush into lodging a partner visa because you're missing each other too much. For the sake of being together, sometimes it's worth that sacrifice if it means you're going to be in a better situation financially when you do lodge. So the things that you do need to budget for are obviously the visa application charge. It's a significant fee, and quite often that's all people focus on, which is where the trouble starts. So the partner visa application charge is one component of your budget. Other things you need to budget for are translation. So if you're going to have documents translated where things aren't in English, you're looking at roughly $40 a page. Other things you need to budget for are the visa medicals. Now, every person included in that visa application, so if the visa applicant has children that are also going to be included, they also need to have a visa medical done. The visa medical, you're looking at about $400 per applicant. In addition to that, if there are secondary applicants being included, so children for example, there's additional visa application charges per applicant. So if you have a family of 4 that you're bringing over, it can cost you a pretty penny just in the visa application. Other things to budget for are obviously your flights. So if your partner is outside of Australia at the time of applying, and in the waiting period you're going to use visitor visas or trips back and forth to spend time with each other, the visa is not the only thing that's going to add up. It's also the airfares. The airfares are going to add up. And when that visa is granted finally, if your partner is overseas, there's the ticket to bring your partner here to Australia. Now, other things to budget for are insurance. So if your partner is in Australia on a visitor visa in the waiting period, then travel insurance is really important. And once your partner settles here in Australia, or if your partner's in Australia on a visitor visa for part of the processing time, you're going to need to factor in that period where your partner doesn't have work rights and can't work. In addition to that, it's important to give your partner a bit of a break and not expect that the moment they hit the ground here in Australia, they're going to be able to get a job. It is difficult to settle into a new country, even if you speak the same language. It is important to give your partner a bit of time and a bit of space to assimilate, to learn the ropes, learn how to get on the bus and start applying for work. So do expect that there's going to be some downtime where you are going to continue to be reliant on a single income. So there's budgeting in a nutshell. If you take this advice, particularly when it comes to budgeting, you're going to take a whole lot of stress off the application process.